Welcome. You're with us here on Business City Television. I'm Aabha Bakaya. Tracking markets for you this Monday. Let's take a look at how we're doing, especially after we picked up steam late last week, and especially with the Adani Group starting to tread a little stronger once again. There you have it on your screen, 17,704 for the Nifty and Sensex at 60,207. Steady gains, up 0.6% right now. We've got Nifty looking good, the Nifty IT index looking good. We've got FMCG, across the board on tech. Even the broader markets, BSE 500 is also pretty strong today. So IT, energy stocks, that's really where we're seeing some action this afternoon. Advance decline ratio clearly skewed towards the advances, and we'll bring up some more of those gainers for you on your screen as well, just so that you get a sense of the market and how it's doing today and what are some of the names there on the higher side. Adani Enterprises up 5.5%, Tata Motors looking good, ONGC, a lot of those energy names in fact on our radar today. We've got Shivangi also joining us. Let's go across to her because I know some of these names are on her list. Shivangi, good afternoon. But first, let's of course get a spot check on the market, on the index, the Nifty. How's it looking to you? Do you feel the momentum now is here to stay? After that successive decline that we saw across last week, we've started to see a bit of momentum coming back.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Aabha, and thank you for having me on the show. So we've seen that, Nifty has witnessed a great comeback in the last two sessions. And the good part is that even after, some sort of slight, profit booking at higher zones, we are seeing that it is still holding to its crucial support levels. So overall, the setup is quite positive. We are even ending the session on a, positive note. Even if we look at the broader market, we've seen that there has been buying across the sectors and a lot of diversification that we've seen. So overall, the setup is quite positive. The put call ratio has improved, which means that the call writers have unwinded their position, and fresh put buying can be seen at these levels as well. So utilize any buying, any dips as a buying opportunity, and we could see levels of 17,850 and then 18,000 levels in the index with a support near 17,442. Now, if we talk about the banking index, we've seen that the banking index, had been outperforming the broader market. Today, slight profit booking can be seen, but good part is that it is holding above its 50 exponential moving average on daily frame. We've also seen that, the previous resistance was around 41,970 zones. So now the index is headed towards those levels, and we could see 42,000 levels in the next 2 to 3 sessions. We are anyway heading to a very truncated week, and but despite that, there has been a good open interest addition over here. After the short covering, we've seen that the longs have been started to building up over here. So definitely any small declines could be utilized as a buying opportunity, 42,000 levels and support near 41,000 levels.
Okay, great to get some of those levels, in detail from you, Shivani. Let's also take a look at some of those energy plays. I know some of them are on your radar. What's driving the traction there when it comes to the energy space right now? What are you seeing, or is it really a stock specific? Because I know you've got PFC on your radar, GAIL. Just take us through what's looking good to you on some of these names.
Absolutely. So the energy stocks have, given a breakout. The index has given a breakout on, daily as well as weekly frame. The price and open interest surge in some of these stocks have been quite remarkable. On my radar, absolutely, is PFC and GAIL. And, talking about PFC, it has been continuously making higher highs from the last 5 weeks. And it's holding very well above its previous hurdle of around 154 zones. So we've seen that the base is gradually shifting higher with a positive divergence in the RSI indicator. Now, in the March series, we've seen that there has been 95% rollover in this stock. And as we head in the March series, We've seen that the good rollovers are adding up and the stock is gaining momentum. So recommending a buy here with a target of 165 and a stop loss near 155 levels. Now, talking about GAIL, we've seen that there has been good momentum here as well, and all the this entire space is giving a good tailwind to the stock, and we are expecting good momentum over here as well with the breakout that it has given on the daily frame from its little Poland flag pattern formation. And even the follow-up buying can be seen on a week-on-week basis, which is quite positive. So recommending a buy here as well, with a target near 115 levels and a stop near 105.
Look at that move coming in. We've also had Saudi Arabia talk about oil demand picking up in Asia, Europe, prices going up as well on crude. So finally, some traction coming back there. Doesn't mean the best for India necessarily, but in terms of the energy market, we're definitely seeing some amount of, some traction returning right now in terms of that demand activity coming in. From China, in fact, we're seeing a lot of demand coming in, and we're not seeing any heightened production, so that's what's leading to a slight uptick in traction on crude as we speak, and on the pricing there. All right, that's on the energy space. Let's take a look at Tata Motors as well, and how that one's doing. We've seen pretty decent sales numbers this time, but what's making you bullish on Tata Motors, Shivani?
So we've seen that Tata Motors has given a negation on the weekly frame from its continuous lower lows formation, and this week today as we are heading it's giving a very strong closing, and the good part is that it has taken support near 413 levels, and we saw that the support levels were respected for quite a few sessions. So we saw a decline, and then we saw a good buying at support zones, which is very positive. So the stock halted there, and the bulls became active over there. So good part is that now it is holding quite well with a strong base, and we do recommend a buy over here for a target near 457, 460 levels and a stop near 430.
Okay, great. I'm just taking a look at some of the other gainers today. We've got, again, from the energy space, Mahanagar Gas, JSW Energy, some of those names. We've talked about Adani, of course. We've got Adani Green again, Adani Total Gas. So actually the entire Adani pack is moving higher. So that's definitely a trend, and we'll bring up all of those names for you as well. Sri Renuka Sugar is up close to 5%. Then we've got a Manappuram Finance and Alembic Pharma. A smattering of names from the broader markets. Fertilizers are looking good again. Mid-cap IT is looking good, so that's another trend. Indraprastha Gas again from the energy pack. We've got Lemon Tree a little higher today as well. Mid-cap Pharma, a couple of other names there as well. Tata Motors we were just discussing is Aster DM Health again from the mid-cap pharma space. Emphasis again from the IT space. Let me get your picks from the IT pack, Shivani, because that one's on a roll. It always is the first to bounce back whenever we start to see strength returning to the market. What are your favorites from that basket?
From the IT pack, we've seen that, the heavyweights, TCS and Infosys have given a turnaround from here, and these stocks have bottomed out. And good part is that, there has been, good, participation of the IT names right from the beginning of the session today. We saw that, this is something different because we were expecting bankings to do good, metals were positive, but the way the ITs have also supported the index, which is quite remarkable. So my pick over here, I'm liking Coforge. The stock is coming out of its consolidation of a long period of time on daily frame, and we will, see a good upside over here. And at these levels, the risk reward is also quite favorable. So we could, watch out for this stock target near 4,500 levels and a stop near 4,250.
Okay, and from the financial basket, I mean, I know we talked about banking overall, but what would be your selections from the financial pack, and how much of that would you really include in your portfolio, given that there have been a resounding number of buy calls when it comes to some of those BFSI names?
So, from the financial pack, we've seen that there has been, great amount of interest and buying action in the PSU sector. Now, leading this is, of course, SBI. We've seen that some follow-up buying could also be seen in the first half of the session today, with slight profit booking, of course, but the overall chart structure is quite positive with good, open interest addition and, the way the stock has done short covering move even in the Friday session. So SBI is looking quite positive, and we could look out for this stock. And the other names which are quite attractive could be Bajaj Finance, because it is consolidating from a long period of time. So we could watch out for this stock because weekly it is holding on to its support of around 6,070 levels. So we could watch out for this stock. Of course, Bajaj Finance will be a little, conditional. Those, these levels, it will become a buy.
Okay, a few other buzzing stocks. Some of these defense names. HAL has been a favorite. That one continues to move higher. We've got Easy Trip that's buzzing in today's session as well. From the broader markets, let me get a few names from you, Shivani. While most people have been sticking to the large caps in their recommendations, there must be some activity in the broader markets that you're eyeing or that you like.
So we could watch out for Dixon Technologies. This is one stock which is a slow mover, but there has been a good base formation over here. So the reason why I'm keeping this stock on radar is because the risk reward is quite favorable at these levels. So watching out for this stock. And the other stocks, which are on my radar would be, if we talk about the mid cap names, then we could watch out for JK Paper as well.
JK Paper, that's an interesting one. Okay, Shivangi, thanks so much for taking us through all of your picks. It was great to get an idea of some of what you're finding attractive in the market, and particularly some of those energy names. And after a long time, seeing one of these auto names on someone's list as well. So great. Thanks so much for joining us. Let's run you through some of that action then. Of course, Adani Group companies are very much in the news and have been trending higher since Friday, of course. Four group stocks hitting the upper circuit. In fact, today, remember, they've sold minority stakes in four of their companies to US-based GQG partners. That's for over 15,000 crores. Adani Enterprises, the flagship, is up over 10%. We'll just see now about 5.5% in trade, and some of the others also at upper circuit. And overall, of course, resuming some amount of normalcy to the market, seeing some of that action and stability returning there as well. Rajiv Jain, GQG's chairman and CIO, has spoken about his decision to buy into those stocks, citing longer-term strategic reasons as well. And it looks like Adani Group, at least, is coming back on track post some of these developments with the Supreme Court case, as well as with some of this, some of these deals helping to relieve stress in terms of their overall debt and funding requirements. So that's on Adani. We've also got IT back in action today. We've got some of those energy names that are looking really good in today's trade. And then, of course, broader markets as well that are continuing to see a fair amount of traction. 17,000 and above on the Nifty. We've got, we've got about 0.5% gain coming in today. Sensex also looking good. And it's a good start to the week here on the exchange. That's all from us for now. Do stay tuned. Thanks for watching.
Hello and welcome. You're watching Business Today Television. I'm Tanya Aneja, and this is a brand new episode of Technical Gupshup, a show where we'll discuss the technical market outlook, key levels to watch out for, and 5 technical stock ideas that you can bet on at this point in time. Well, markets started the month of March on a positive note. Things are looking super strong on Friday. We are holding on to the gain, and it seems bulls are back in action. Adani